Sound. Speed.
No, we don't even have camera rolling.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, that looks good.
I've been at City College for about 3 years now. It's my last semester at CCSF. I went to SF State for my freshman year. I had to move back home for a semester. And when I came back, it was just not financially possible. So I decided to go to CCSF.
I used to go to movie theaters by myself. I would go and just sit in the back, and I got to the point where I was writing reviews for a local local newspaper, and the thought never crossed my mind to make films. I liked animation, I liked anime, I like this sort of thing, but I never thought to do it. In the Midwest, we don't have those type of schools really, at least not in Cincinnati. This is an organization, this is an ontology of like something I really love, film, and they've got classes on how to do it. I should take it,
54 I took with John Carlson. The projects that he has us do, even though they're exercises, they make sense. Like, it's something that you can be like, okay, this is how I can incorporate this into a film.
The cinematography and lighting classes, there are two that I teach. You get to know what people are doing, what they're good at. Some people who are very quiet but are very talented, for example, or people who can't speak very well but write really well. And it certainly takes a while to figure that out. Any teacher has to do that. And it's part of the fun of being a teacher, of trying to figure that out each semester, because there are always some surprises. The bottom line is that I think students should have a certain amount of cold hard information having to do with f-stops, depth of field, feeling for the amount of light, quality of light.
Shoot the film, we will have nothing on the film.
Experience in the class and with in-class shoots, working as a crew, learning from each other is a more powerful way of learning.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Mr. Carlson, we forgot a great card, so we're making our own.
A teacher can't teach the students everything. The students need to learn some things either on their own or from each other. It tends, I think, to stick to the brain a little better.
When I started working on my current project, that was the first thing I thought about, is who are the nicest, coolest people I could find. I don't give a shit about skill level or experience. Just find people that want to make films that I think are cool and fun to be around, and let's do it. This is the best cinematographer and the best sound person, especially at student level, is bullshit.
The group exercises that the students do are incredibly important to them, and they learn an awful lot about working with a group.
You need to be very observant. You need to see how they work in class and how they work, just outside of class and just with people. Being able to be aware of everybody's egos is so important. The group that I got paired up with was great. I know that was the first time that I ever met Livia Santos, and she's been working with me ever since. We totally bonded through that class. Yes.
To be kind of sociable. You can't expect everyone to just come over to you. If you need help on a shoot, you have to sort of help out others before you can expect them to sort of lend the same sort of service to you.
Dedicated as I am to film as a medium, and as flexible and plastic and responsive it is, and I love it for that, my first love is actually collaboration and working with people. And what I've found is that film facilitates that better than any other medium I've ever worked with.
There are things that are now popping up, like the groups on Facebook.
It is becoming kind of the communication source for all of the students in the department to each other. It's kind of what I think a department would hope its website would be. That I see postings of, I'm having trouble with Final Cut, or I'm having trouble with sound mixing, or I don't know how to do this one thing, and that people are asking questions and getting answers from each other very quickly.
Having those social connections, those social media connections, I think have totally worked in our favor, way more so than film students working 10 years ago.
It's valuable networking that I think is very crucial if you're trying to get anywhere in the film industry, because you can be really talented and all that, but you need to have like people help you on sets because you really can't do everything yourself.
I swear the first time I came onto campus to teach in the cinema department, I felt like dropping to my knees and kissing the ground. It was such a nice contrast to the private commercial school I have been teaching in. And I just thrive in that environment. It's diverse, people from 17 to 80 years old in your classroom, people from all different racial and ethnic backgrounds, all different sexual preferences, and we figure out how to do it. And it makes me really happy.
But there is like a kind of magic that's in the air when you're creating something and when everything kind of works out.
If you're ever considering going to a place that you can learn a craft like filmmaking, it's a good choice, like, financially and for your learning. I don't really think you can find a better deal than CCSF. It's all where you look for it, and CCSF's got it. They definitely have a great program here.